Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas Cowboys, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. While the top 4 spots for wide receivers on the Dallas Cowboys 53-man roster are all but locked up with NFL All-Pro CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jalen Tolbert and Cavonte Turpin, there's still a fierce competition to be had for what should be 2 more active roster spots at the position. That's an 8-man battle that could see an undrafted free agent rise to the top, with Bleacher Report's Brent Sobleski singling out Josh Kelley as the one who might break through. The Dallas Cowboys already took some pressure off of top wide receiver CeeDee Lamb with the acquisition of George Pickens in a trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Sobleski wrote on May 27. And the team wouldn't be upset with an undrafted rookie making the squad and helping out as well. Dallas now has a solid quartet in place with Lamb, Pickens, Jalen Tolbert and Cavonte Turpin. From there, mostly young players will be battling for the 5th and 6th spots on the roster. One thing Kelley has working in his favor is the Cowboys haven't invested anything truly significant in the position in recent years in terms of the NFL draft. Dallas didn't take any wide receivers in 2025 and only used 6th and 7th round picks at the position in 2023 and 2024. Pro Football Talk's Josh Alper reported the Cowboys signed Kelley to a 3-year, $2.97 million contract on May 2. Kelley is coming off a 1,000-yard receiving season at Texas Tech in 2024 and earned all Big 12 honors before watching his draft stock tank after an underwhelming performance at the NFL Scouting Combine. Kelley spent his first 4 seasons of college football at Fresno State and was an All-Mountain West Conference pick in 2022. He transferred to Washington State for the 2023 season, where he had 61 receptions for 923 yards and 8 touchdowns while catching passes from quarterback Cam Ward, who was selected by the Tennessee Titans with the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Both Ward and Kelley both left Washington State after the 2023 season after the Cougars found themselves without a conference after the Pac-12 disbanded. Ward landed at Miami, where he threw for 4,313 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions while Kelley landed at Texas Tech. Kelley's draft stock went in the tank following a disastrous showing at the NFL Scouting Combine in February, where he ran the 40-yard dash in 4.70 seconds. Kelley has experience playing inside and outside, but the lack of vertical speed he showed on tape popped up again at the NFL Scouting Combine when he ran a 4.70 40-yard dash, NFL draft analyst Lance Zierlein wrote. Kelley put a few highlight catches on tape. However, he lacks separation quickness to lose man coverage and figures to see a higher percentage of contested looks as a pro. With the 2025 season just a few months away, it's time for all the NFL analysts and experts to come out with their preseason predictions and rankings for what's ahead. Of course, these are just predictions, and there's no telling what will actually happen once a season kicks off. There are always surprises and guys that play better, and worse, than expected. But, it's fun to look at preseason predictions and see what analysts think will happen in 2025. The Dallas Cowboys have a new head coach in Brian Schottenheimer, so they're heading into the 2025 season with a very different setup. In a May 21st feature for PFF, Trevor Sakima names the best wide receivers in the league, and one Cowboys favorite is high on the roster of names. Wide receiver remains one of the most dynamic and scheme-shaping roles in the modern game, Sakima states in the feature. From versatile slot threats to dominant outside weapons, the league's best receivers bring unique skill sets that demand defensive attention and elevate quarterback play. In this new feature, Sakima has named the best wide receivers in the NFL in 2025, employing a combination of advanced data, film evaluation, and scheme analysis. This list highlights the top 32 wide receivers entering the 2025 NFL season. Cowboys' favorite CeeDee Lamb is number 6 on the roster, making him one of the best wide receivers in the league. Lamb's production dipped in 2024 with quarterback Dak Prescott sidelined, but over the past 3 seasons, he ranks 5th among wide receivers in WAR, 1.46, and trails only Jamar Chase in total yards after the catch, Sakima notes in the feature. Sakima's number 1 pick is A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles, who is widely considered the best wide receiver in the NFL. Brown dominates defensive backs across the board, but his success against single coverage is especially notable. He earned the highest receiving grade versus single coverage in 2024, 96.6, and leads the league in that category over the past 3 seasons, 2022 to 24, with a 97.0 grade, he stated in the piece. He can win in every way, against any defense. In a May 22 piece for Bleacher Report, NFL analyst and expert Alex Ballentine names every NFL team's roster needs and trade assets going into the new season. For the Dallas Cowboys, he names defense tackle the position the team really needs. He also named Micah Parsons as the team's top trade asset. As a side note, that would really hurt to lose Parsons. The Cowboys finally made the kind of splashy move that fans have clamored for when they traded for George Pickens. Bringing in the young receiver finally gives CeeDee Lamb an intriguing sidekick, but it doesn't leave Dallas without questions, Ballentine notes in the feature. He adds, the primary concern when looking at their roster is how they plan to improve a run defense that gave up a whopping 4.8 yards per carry. Solomon Thomas was the only notable defensive tackle they added this offseason. It seems like a foregone conclusion that Jalen Ramsey will be traded this offseason. The Dallas Cowboys are a no-brainer landing spot given the state of the cornerback room and their desire to compete for a Super Bowl. ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler listed Dallas as a team to watch in the Ramsey sweepstakes. Multiple Cowboys reporters debunked that over the holiday weekend, but a new development should have Jerry Jones' attention as the all-important June 2 date approaches. Landon Holyfield of the Lando Show is hearing that Ramsey has purchased a home in Fort Worth. This is not a confirmed report, but could be a potentially significant development. Again, this has not been confirmed, and many NFL players purchase secondary homes despite playing in cities thousands of miles away. Star running back Derrick Henry lives and trains in Dallas during the offseason even though he plays in Baltimore. To the best of our knowledge, Ramsey doesn't have any connections in Dallas. He attended college at Florida State and was born and raised in Tennessee. Neither is in close proximity to Fort Worth. However, Texas is a desirable attraction for professional athletes as it is one of a few states that does not levy state income tax on residents. What does this mean in relation to the Cowboys? It could be absolutely nothing. Ramsey is on a big contract and Dallas already has Trayvon Diggs in year 2 of his extension. Not to mention, Darren Bland is entering the final year of his rookie deal and Micah Parsons, Tyler Smith and Brandon Aubrey all need to get paid within the next year. Parsons will get paid this offseason, but Ramsey would be another ball the front office has to juggle. They would have to choose between keeping Diggs and Bland if Ramsey was brought in. At the end of the day, don't get your hopes about Ramsey coming to Dallas. He would be a terrific addition, but his move to the DFW has not been confirmed and local reporters have heard it's not happening. It might be enough to get Jerry Jones' attention, but that doesn't mean he'll follow through.